Annyeonghaseyo, mate.
Anyway, that was one interesting experience I had. I wanted to share another one with you too, not as an exposure one as such, but in one of the pools in particular, like I said, you've got these heat pools and freezing cold pools as well. One of them had all these massage jets. Now, there was this one group of jets, I'm not quite sure what you're supposed to do with them. I mean, it's very clean. The pools were very clean. Like I said, you wash yourself off beforehand, but the jets kind of leave very little to the imagination of what they're supposed to be for, as there is handrails either side of, like, against the wall, these jets. And I can only assume, judging by what maybe 80% of the other people in there were doing, is that they're like enema jets. And they really were just blasting up people's rears. And like I said, 80%. The other 20%, their frontal region, which I had no, I gave myself a quick brush over, and there was no way I was going to stand there for longer than like a second. It hurt. These bubbles were smashing. So anyway, there I was enjoying a bit of the enema massage, or whatever you want to call it, when I decided to say, okay, yeah, I'd been there for about 5 minutes, I suppose, massaging, and I decided to leave that pool and go to another. But as soon as I kind of stepped out of the water, I realized my right butt cheek in particular had gone completely numb from the pounding massage, and embarrassingly, I have no idea. I felt like, is my butt cheek relaxed and sagging, or is it, because I couldn't feel it. I felt like it was it drooping now because it was relaxed and not tight? The more I thought about it, the more kind of embarrassed I think I got at the time. Just about, for all I know, I was going red. But yeah, I had a numb butt, well, namely a numb butt, one single butt cheek, which was a very different experience for me. So thought I'd share that one with you. Another thing I suppose that's interesting in Korea is the washing your friend, father, son, whatever area, the washing stools. Now, I always kind of looked at this in animes or things, just about, it's a really interesting culture thing. I didn't quite understand, like, you sat there, I washed my friend's back, he washed my back. Like, you just sit there and you scrub someone's back, and then you turn around and they scrub your back, or vice versa. Now, from what I now understand though, especially from a father's point of view, apparently this is a really strong bonding experience. I mean, I don't know if I've talked too much about the Korean businessman's culture, but a lot of it is working 13, 14 hours a day, then having to go with your work associates, and not necessarily by choice, but for sake of not being like an outcast in the workplace, going and having to go with the boss and have drinks later, and then coming home to your family at ridiculous hours and not being able to spend time with them, and or working on your days off too. It really is a time that a man is going to be with his son, like a father will be with his son. Like, you're in the male only area, you're sitting there, and quite literally the metaphor of I scratch your back, you scratch mine, it literally is helping the other person out by washing their back for them and they wash yours. So it's a very strong bonding experience too for males, from now what I understand and from what I've seen and heard from some of my clients as well. It's really a special moment. So for foreigners, it was a very interesting, awkward situation. It was a bit of fun, but I do see now how important it is and how special that moment can be, especially for Korean families. So anyway, I'll get on to the kind of final area here. Sorry, I know I've been going on a while about this, the Jimjilbang, but it was a great experience. But final area is like a grooming area. Now, I've never been much of a grooming person myself. I don't do my hair. I rarely take care, like, I wash. But as far as like personal grooming or that goes, I'm not big on it. So it was interesting to see a lot of this personal grooming area and people using all these different things and like free cotton tips, or people were like, like trimming hairs, or like, cleaning parts of their body, or even doing makeup that I would have no clue about. But I guess the funniest thing when I saw this was that the actual grooming area, the bench height was quite literally just below the crotch region. So what you had was this giant mirror staring back at you, right where everyone's junk was kind of just sitting on the bench.
And probably the worst part about it is that you've got such a large majority of, I guess, elderly people, for some reason, blow drying their crotches. And that happens actually a fair bit in this grooming area. So it's honestly pretty scarring. That image probably stays with you for life.
And it's not something that you want to directly look at, but even to yourself, as you stand there in front of the mirror, you can't divert your own eyes off your own nudity facing straight back at you. So, a little bit interesting, the grooming area. All in all, I had a fantastic time. I have to admit, I'm addicted. I am addicted to the Jimjilbang culture life. It's been a really great experience. I've been back a couple times. I hope to be going back again there soon. So I thought I'd share that with you today. If you ever go to Korea or you have a Korean Jimjilbang near you, go try it out. Don't be afraid of the nuding part of it. You don't have to go to the naked part. You could go to the unisex part, but seriously, try it out. Give it a shot. Get comfortable with it. Enjoy. I'm the Straya guy in Korea, and I don't have a clever sign-off.